Hello and welcome to Rate That Character, the show where a member of the Source Gaming team gives their opinion on a character's chances at being playable in Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch. We'll lay out the pros and cons for each character and give a final score out of 100. Please do remember that these are our individual opinions and do not reflect Sakurai, Nintendo, or even the thoughts of Source Gaming as a whole. With that out of the way, my name is NantenJex, and let's see who today's character is. A classic character from the NES days, Mach Rider is a mysterious hero from the year 2112, who rides around on his motorbike looking for survivors of an alien invasion while gunning down any enemies who might stand in his way. Mach Rider has never had many chances to shine outside of his original game and his Versus arcade equivalent. However, his music has been quite prominent in the Super Smash Bros. Series, and he even got a trophy in Melee. But does the Mach Rider have the legacy to make a surprise return in the Super Smash Bros. Series? Nintendo has many classic franchises, and some have remained in gamers' minds more than others. Mach Rider is lucky enough to be one of these titles. Despite no major appearances for over 30 years, Mach Rider falls into the same category as the Urban Champion and Balloon Fight for classic NES legacy titles. Mach Rider also has the possibility to bring some representation with him to Smash. Not only was his title a part of the Versus arcade series from Nintendo, but he originally debuted as a toy. The Mach Rider toy is one of those few non-video gaming products Nintendo has made that has been remembered and has a lasting impact, much like the Ultra Hand. Sakurai also once considered Mach Rider for a playable character in Super Smash Bros. Melee for the retro rep, so he has thought of the character before. However, how serious he was debatable. His reasoning for considering Mach Rider wasn't because of what the character could add, but because he found the name funny. It comes very much as a jokey consideration from Sakurai, rather than something serious he considered. It is also worth mentioning that at the time, he said Captain Falcon was his favourite character, because of how manly he was, and the Mach Rider resembles the Captain quite a lot. Some have even said that Mach Rider feels like a precursor to the F-Zero series, due to its focus on the future, vehicles, and their heroes' resemblance. In fact, Mach Rider would make an easy clone of Captain Falcon. I wonder, had Ganondorf not had the model ready to use in Melee, could Mach Rider have taken his place? It's just food for thought. Another issue in a similar vein is that Excitebiker makes more sense as a rep than Mach Rider, and would be able to do the motorcycle combat in a more obvious way. Excitebike is far more popular, and was getting games regularly up until the Wii U. The character was also considered in the past for Melee, and visually, the Excitebiker fits in Smash more than the Mach Rider does. He is more concise and sits upright in his motorbike, unlike the Mach Rider. Finally, Mach Rider is not easy to come up with a moveset for. He spends all his time on his bike and fights using realistic looking guns, which could pose an issue for Smash. They could give him a more futuristic looking gun for his neutral B and his motorbike for his side B, but everything else would need to be made up, which may have been fine on the Nintendo 64 and GameCube, but nowadays Sakurai tends to make his characters as loyal as possible to their sources. While Mach Rider would certainly be a surprising inclusion, and Sakurai definitely likes him, it seems very unlikely that he'll become a fighter. There are other retro reps that offer more than he does, and it is only as a retro rep that he would get in. He has very little relevance in the present day. Before I go today, I just want to give a special thank you to all of our Patreons out there, in particular our super patron, the Duke of Dorks. You'll find a link to his channel down in the description below. Thank you for watching today's Rate That Character. If you liked this video, then give us a like and share with your friends. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on today's character, and give us a suggestion for a future character you would like us to rate. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date, and always remember to return to the source.